Got my strength training done already. Now I'm doing my brisk cardio walk. It's better to do the cardio after the strength training, not the other way around. To take advantage of the cardio component, the fat burning components. And if the goal is to stay lean and fit, this is one of the things that I've learned that are helpful. But yeah, Yankees, 5-game winning streak, baby. Yankees are on a 5-game heater right now, right? And excuse me, couldn't be more happy that they're on this streak. What's going on? Good morning, gang. 5-game streak. They head back to the Bronx to face Boston for 4. And Yankees are just enjoying the momentum that they themselves created with good play, right? Just like they get criticism, that they deserve the punishment or the fallout thing with bad play, they also deserve the momentum with good play. They utilized a lot of small ball and fundamental baseball against St. Louis, swept them. They also beat Tampa Bay at their own game, capitalizing on opportunities, using aggressiveness on the base paths, and displaying some serious power too. So, 12 home runs in 2 games against the freaking Rays. Crazy. Austin Wells, 2 last night. And Giancarlo Stanton. Boone's been getting so much heat. Why isn't he starting Stanton? He's so hot. On the same token, we know Stanton's having trouble recovering from certain bouts, right? So what does he do? He saves him for a pinch hitting opportunity against a power reliever. And what he did last night was he came in, pinch hit, and hit a 2-run laser beam home run to give the Yankees a lead in the 10th inning. Right? That's all he did. So kudos to Aaron Boone for that. For having the foresight to make that move. Right? We're going to pound Boone. Let's give him some credit too, right? Kudos to Cam Schlittler. He had a perfect inning for the 7th, man. He only gave up one hit in 8 strikeouts, I think it was, in 6 2/3 innings. Great ball. I wish he would have gotten a win. Unfortunately, the bullpen, David Bednar, suffering a rare off day, coughed up the lead, and they tied at 3 heading into the 10th. But then that's when the Yankees did something that they haven't done much lately. And I got to say this too. All year they've been terrible in extra innings on the road, right? They've just been shit. So now all of a sudden they're capitalizing on opportunities. And one of the things I've said, and I highly doubt they listen to me, but maybe you folks agree, is that if they're in a road and they go extra innings, they have to score that first freaking opportunity. The first time, the 10th. The first inning with the ghost runner, they have to score. And that's what they did last night with the 2-run shot by Stanton, and then Austin Wells added with that home run out of the freaking stadium. He needed that game too, man. A lot of folks have been calling for Austin Wells' head, right? So he needed that game. And this is the same thing a lot of folks have been calling for Anthony Volpe's head. And all of a sudden he has this game where he just goes on a tear. Well, that's what Wells did last night. Hopefully he'll build on this, right? It's good to have him and Ben Rice in there, and finding a way to pinch hit Stanton in there. Paid off. So, and now we got a 4-game set against the Red Sox, man. So, how you folks feeling going into that bad boy? I feel it's a winnable series. I think they could take 3 out of 4. I mean, Saturday's going to be a tough day. It's game 3 because Garrett Crochet is going to be on the mound, and he's nasty. He's going to face Will Warren that day. But, I think the Yankees will be okay. And the Red Sox have been losing some games recently. So, and right now the Yankees need to do better And they're well aware of it. They need to do better against teams in the American League East, right? Excuse me for the wind. Stop wind. Wish I could stop it. They need to do better against teams in the American League East, right? So this is their opportunity to do that. They got 7 home games, 4 against Boston and 3 against the Nationals. So, and the Nationals just outright, they got rid of Nate Lowe, their first baseman who signed with the Red Sox. So the Yankees might face him against the Red Sox now, but we're not going to have to face him in playing against Washington. I don't know if Nate Lowe's been already activated. I would imagine he is. I don't know who their first baseman is in Boston. But what's going on with you guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. But last night got stressful for a little bit because Devin Williams came in. And I'll say this too. It's good that Devin Williams came in and cleaned up or preserved the save that another reliever was unfortunately unable to keep, or rather hold. Yankees gave Devin Williams a lead. He coughed up one of the runs because of the ghost runner. Yankees still won 6-4. He came in, he struck out 3 guys. And you could see how fired up he was and how locked in he was. He didn't implode, which I was hoping wouldn't happen, which he didn't, which is good. He held it together and he stayed dialed in. It looked like he was a little bit more confident with his fastball too, because he was striking dudes out, at least the first 2 guys, with a fastball, high heat and whatnot. So I saw some things that I liked in Devin Williams. And if he gets it right this last month and we go into the postseason, the Yankees could have a really deadly bullpen if Devin Williams is firing on all cylinders. The Devin Williams we hoped the Yankees would have traded for, right? If he does that, that's another valuable add to the bullpen. So you guys let me know what you think of that one too. That's one thing I'm keeping my eyes out for. Will the Yankees be able to capitalize on Devin Williams kind of finding his way again and finding his footing? If he does that too, he sets himself up nicely for a contract next year in free agency. Otherwise, he was going to have to settle for a crap deal probably. And that's generally, not what he was hoping for. So I'm hoping that he continues to shove like he did last night. And if he does, then again, that could be a second guy that the Yankees give a qualifying offer to. I think Trent Grisham's going to get a qualifying offer. He's played himself into a nice contract. And the Yankees would be setting themselves up nicely, I think. If Bellinger stays, right, and Grisham goes, signs somewhere else on a nice contract, then the Yankees get some compensation picks for Grisham, right? And if Bellinger goes, then the Yankees are probably going to go hard after Grisham, which would make it easier, I think, for them to utilize guys like Spencer Jones, some of these other folks. Even I would look out for, what's his name, Dylan Lewis. He's in the lower parts of the system right now, but he's going to be rocking up the system as another elite outfield prospect. The Yankees don't have a lot of those. So the Yankees tend to have a lot more top infield prospects, not outfield prospects. So Dylan Lewis is the guy we would keep an eye out for. And I'll keep you updated on that no matter what. But Spencer Jones, and this is the other thing too. What happens this year? This offseason. Because and especially in September 1st, they get an opportunity to expand the rosters, right, from 26 to 28. Who are they going to bring up? If Spencer Jones is one of them, then, there's only going to be a couple of possibilities that happen. Number one, he comes up and he sits just to watch. I don't see the point in calling him up, really. He's not going to play. Or number two, if he plays on a regular basis, Jason Dominguez is going to sit. And it's going to piss off a lot of fans. Right? Why is he going to sit? Well, Trent Grisham. He also hit 2 yesterday, didn't he? I think Grisham hit 2 also. So we had 2 players yesterday with 2 home runs, Grisham and Wells, right? So actually 13 home runs in 2 games, not 12. And they're not gonna say Grisham. They're not gonna say Bellinger. They're definitely not gonna say Judge. So who's gonna sit? It's going to be Dominguez, and that's gonna make a lot of fans unhappy who want Dominguez. And look, I have no problems with Dominguez, right? But you have to earn the right for the team to sit somebody on your behalf at the major league level. You have to earn that, right? And unfortunately, he hasn't yet. And again, it's not a knock on him. He's a developing player. He's barely a rookie. So, which is why I don't bestow this ridiculous hype upon him, because it's unfair to Jason Dominguez, right? But if they call up Spencer Jones, you want him to play, Dominguez is sitting. I think that's the most logical path, because he is an elite glove, Spencer Jones, right? And how else are you going to get some guys in the outfield? I mean, it's going to be hard enough already because they have Bellinger and Grisham with Judge. So, right? And Spencer Jones will have to earn the right too for them to sit one of those guys. Right now, the most obvious guy to sit is Jason Dominguez. It's gonna have to continue to play well in order to justify that. So that needs to be said too. He does have 31. He hit his 31st home run yesterday. It was a moonshot. So, and he's got, I think he's maybe 3 steals away from a 30-30 season. So, and for a man his size, 6'7", like 250 pounds, the guy's built like an NFL tight end. It kind of reminds me of Ellie De La Cruz. Big dude who's got power and a lot of speed. He's just an exciting player. He's not as flashy as De La Cruz, but doesn't need to be. And so I'm really curious to see what happens and who the reliever is they're going to call up. It could be Jake Bird. It could be Carlos Legrand. It could be Elmer what the hell's his name? Elmer Cruz Rodriguez, who they traded Carlos Narvaez to the Boston Red Sox for. 2 huge arms. And then Jake Bird's got another big arm. He's working on some things in AAA when they optioned him out, which is a smart idea to give him a little bit of a breather, because the Rockies did overuse him. If he gets it right, he's got a big arm, and he's got 3 more controllable years after this year. So it's a potential big get for the Yankees, for the bullpen. So who do you think are going to be the call-ups, guys? It's likely going to be 1 bat and 1 arm. Who do you think they will be versus who do you think they should be? Are the 2 the same for you? That's my question to you. I got a few more minutes before I wrap this up. I want to know what you guys and gals are thinking. And good morning, everybody in the chat. Still bouncing because I'm still brisk. Finishing my cardio walk. So please excuse the heavy breathing. That's what happens when you do 30 or 40 minutes of strength training and then go right into a 2-mile brisk walk. At least it's not 90 degrees out. It's like 65 right now. Feels fantastic. It really does. Yeah. So, what are your key takes from the series against the Rays? Like I said, look, they played fundamental ball, small ball, a lot of it against the Cardinals. They swept them. They beat the Rays at their own game, and they utilized a little bit of extra power too. So, which is what they needed to do. We're the beneficiaries of pretty good pitching as well, and our bats just erupted, especially in the 13-3 win, where they had 9 freaking home runs. But it's good. Austin Wells needed that game, obviously. Hopefully he builds on this and he continues to hit well when he's playing. It doesn't always have to be home runs. Just hit the ball into the gap. Try to put the ball in play, right? Call a solid game behind the plate. You know, reward the Yankees for optioning out JC Escar again, right? Reward them for doing that. Like, seriously, please. Make it justified. Not having more fans be like, why the hell did we send down Escar for this guy? Right? Because Escar is a good pitcher, a good catcher in his own right. He's a great pitch framer, but he also needs playing time, which I'm not surprised by the option down AAA so he could play more. But we see how Ben Rice has emerged as a solid catcher too, even though he's been beat up recently. All right. Yeah, we need Hill to shove tonight. It is Lucas Giolito for the Red Sox versus Luis Hill from the Yankees. That's who the matchup is tonight. I don't know. The Yankees are well positioned to play well. I mean, to get the division. But again, like I said, they need to get some breaks go their way, right? And they need some breaks to not go to Blue Jays' way. It's gonna need to be a combination of luck and obviously good play. But I'll cross that bridge when it comes. I just like the momentum that the Yankees are having right now and giving themselves. And hopefully they'll keep that. So I think the Yankees will. I don't know. I think the Yankees can, yes. We gained a game on Toronto. We're 4 games out. We also gained a half a game of the Red Sox, who didn't play yesterday. So they were off. And so we're 1.5 up on the Red Sox now. We lead the wild card, and we're 4 behind Toronto. Oh, it's starting to rain now. Shit. Okay. Whoa, it's raining okay. Get under the tree here really quickly before I go inside. 34 games left, man, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. What they're going to do, Buckeye, yeah, you're exactly right too, Buckeye. I mean, they're going to do what they need to do to be on solid footing for the postseason. So the call-ups that they bring up, the roster expansions, they need to be the right guys. They need to address fits. So that's what I'm saying. So like Spencer Jones, I would love to see him, but is outfielder a big need right now? No, it's not. So it's going to be based on need. I think it's going to be pitching, right? It could be 2 arms for all we know. I don't know. No idea. Have a great day, Nelson. There you go. Who won't have fresh? We'll have fresh arms. That's why, I wish the roster expansion went to 30, not just 28, in all honesty. But yeah. Well, thank you for spending a few minutes with me this morning. I appreciate all yous. We'll be back later with any news. We'll be back later with the lineup and everything else. So, and obviously any news that comes out, I'll be putting it out for you. So just make sure your notifications are turned on. Let me get inside. It's going to ring pretty good over here. No, but no doubt about it. But have a great day, everybody. Peace and love to all yous. This is the best family out there. Appreciate having some morning conversation with all of you. It's a good way to start the day. Have a great day, gang. Talk to y'all later.